Such a great evening. I'm so excited. I mean, I just talked to Dean Usher, and she said he loves marathons like this, and I do too. This is like jazz marathon. But you know, we have so many wonderful groups. I mean, we want you to have the opportunity to hear all of them. And you're in for a real treat in a few minutes here. There's Chuck Carter over there. Chuck, say hi. From the Ollie class, he runs a class in outreach class for UNLV, and he has exceptional. Vinny Falcone actually came to his class and performed. Some of the great jazz performers here in Las Vegas will come to his class. Maybe Jimmy Wilkins, who was, I mean, there's just icons in jazz history that actually reside here in Vegas. And one of our missions here at UNLV and in the Jazz Society is to make sure that we share their knowledge with the up-and-coming generation of musicians that you're hearing right here. These are the future of jazz right here, sitting right here in front of you. UNLV Jazz Ensemble 1. And before you hear their wonderful music, a couple more thank yous. Don't forget tomorrow night, the UNLV Jazz Guitar Ensemble, and that's led by Jake Langley. Somebody just said to me, Joey DeFrancisco, the great jazz organist, is coming in. Well, Jake, I was driving home in my little car there, and I was listening to Sirius, the quote, real jazz station. You all know about that. I was listening to it, and I hear Joey DeFrancisco, the jazz organist, playing this amazing. And then I hear this incredible guitar solo, and I go, well, I remember that Jake said he toured with him. I thought, no. And then I asked him, he said, and that was him. It was just spectacular. Jake Langley is on our faculty also. He couldn't play tonight. I think he had a tooth pulled or something, but he'll be here tomorrow leading the jazz guitar ensemble. Janet Tyler has done a magnificent job with the jazz vocal ensemble, and they've stepped it up, and they're amazingly talented, and you're going to hear from our own, is he here? Gary Fowler? Are you here? Where's Gary? He was here. He's in the bathroom. Anyway, Gary Fowler is one of those talented vocalists anywhere, right? I mean, Gary Fowler, let's give an applause. Maybe we'll hear it and come in here. Gary Fowler, come on, get out of the bathroom, get in here. Gary? Okay. Well, you'll just have to come tomorrow night to hear him. Because, he's really spectacularly talented. Gary Fowler! There it is, Gary Fowler. Tomorrow evening, he'll be featured with the Jazz Vocal Ensemble, and you've probably heard him at the Dispensary. And if you pick up our CD, Extra Credit, he's the lead-off on the Latin Journey disc on a song that Dizzy Gillespie wrote, A Night in Tunisia, and then words were written to it. I don't know if Shaka wrote the words, but at any rate, Uli, in his brilliance, had that turned into a mambo, and Gary has the lead vocal, and it's really phenomenal. So if you want to pick up that CD, it'd be worthwhile. So anyway, just thanks to everyone for coming to the festival tomorrow night, and last but not least is Jazz Ensemble 3, and it's led by our own graduate assistant right here, Michael Spicer. And I have another announcement about Michael. If you weren't here last night, the Downbeat Student Music Awards are also considered among the highest accolades in jazz education worldwide, and they give out student music awards. We've gotten 11 now, UNLV Jazz Studies program, and that's since 2010. Well, Michael Spicer just got the 11th for his composition, Calico, which was in the Outstanding Composition in the Graduate College category. Michael Spicer, let's take him out. And that composition is also on our new CD, which will be, the CD release will be in September. But right after we come back from Monterey. We're finishing that CD as we speak. We're almost done. And so it looks like we're all ready to go, I believe. All right, and I want to thank Ed Foster, who takes photographs of our students. He's the chairman of the Joe Williams Everyday Foundation, which has scholarshiped many of our students. And I hope I haven't forgotten anybody, but I'll be back later when Adam Schroeder comes up to perform, and you're going to really enjoy that. But right now, I'm going to introduce a student that graduated last year, and I actually remember when he was in high school. Probably not like hearing this, but I remember he was in the All Clark County Honor Jazz Band, and he sat right in front of me. I was directing it, and I knew this guy was. If there's anything I'm good at, I can tell you students that are destined for success. And I knew it right there in high school that he was. I think he played piccolo on Olio, I think it was. Wasn't that like 10 years? Yeah, I remember. And I knew he had it. He came to UNLV and he got together with all of us and Nathan. And not only did he hone his brilliant artistry as a saxophonist and woodwind performer, but as an arranger and composer as well. Well, make a long story longer, he ended up getting a full scholarship to the University of Miami, to their distinguished Frost School of Music, and now he has actually helped to arrange pieces for the Henry Mancini Institute that was just performed in LA. I think Christian Chenoweth, in other words, performed some of his work. So we're going to bring, he's composed a piece that he's turned over for us. He thought we might like it, and we not only like it, we love it. And we found out he just got back in town from Miami. So we said, why don't you come up and conduct this? So Carlos is going to come up and conduct his own piece, and he's going to tell you all about it. Carlos Mata Alvarez.
This piece was actually written about a year or 2 years ago. I was in Nathan's office and I was like, I want to write a contrafact on a song, which is like using the chord changes from a song and writing a new melody. And I had this idea to do one on the standard Autumn Leaves. And I came up with some changes on it. And Nathan's like, you should do the melody inverted. So like I took that idea and kind of expanded it into this tune. And we actually played it in a quintet at Dispensary Lounge. Jorge was playing also that night at like the farewell party we had before I went to Miami. And in Miami, for one of my assignments, I expanded it for big band, kind of in a Thad Jones, Mel Lewis style. The title of the song, Since You Went Away, is actually a lyric from the original song, Autumn Leaves. So this is going to feature Jorge on trumpet and the sax section. So here we go, Since You Went Away. going to lead the band on the next tunes.
Is that amazing? Homegrown in Las Vegas. So we're very proud of our graduates, and it's nice to see Carlos going on to do great things in the world, and who knows, maybe he'll come back someday. But we're going to continue things on now with something completely different. There's going to be some dissonance in this one, so bear with us. This is actually this was composed by Steve Wiest, who was the director of jazz studies at North Texas, University of North Texas, which is a very famous jazz school. And it's a little bit crazy, and a little bit funky, and a little bit of this and that. So I hope you enjoy it. It's called Ice 9.
Thank you.
trombone. Jason Vasquez on trombone. Jeremy Kawicki tearing it up right there on the drums. And a nice slide on the guitar from Samuel Ramirez. We're gonna change things up a little bit now. This was made famous by Stan Kenton, and this is a feature for our lead trombonist, Mr. Nick Vislany, and this is entitled "Alone." Just out of curiosity, how many of you know this tune? There's one. Okay. Two. All right, good. Next up on the program, we have a very special piece which we're dedicating to Mr. Walt Blanton. Walt was a very good friend and colleague for many years. I played with him in the Caesar's Palace Orchestra many years ago, 1995, I believe it was 95 through 97 or so, maybe 98, yeah, or something. Anyway, and I played in brass quintet with him at times, and I did a lot of things, and he was a fellow composer, so we'd always talk about composition things together. But Walt was a very dear person, and he was actually the trumpet teacher of, oh, where did he go? Oh, there you are. Come on down. He was actually Jorge's trumpet teacher, so we're going to have Jorge say a couple of words about him, since we're going to be playing Jorge's chart next. So, here's Jorge. Yeah.
Thank you. There are so many things I want to say about Walt. Fortunately, I don't want to keep everyone here too long, but Walt was a teacher, he was a mentor, he was a friend, he was a brother, and he was very much like a father figure to many of his students, and I'm sure as well as to his colleagues. His kindness, I think, really transcended a lot of he was a wonderful man. I looked at him like my father, very close to my heart. I knew when I couldn't take trumpet lessons, he paid the college to give me trumpet lessons. And I am grateful for that. And so much more I want to say. Anyway, this next piece is a dedication to him. It's a Frank Churchill tune titled "Someday My Prince Will Come," made famous by Disney in Snow White. But this, I'm going to do a little twist. It was also made famous by Miles Davis in his album "Someday My Prince Will Come," which was one of his Walt Blanton icons. Hope you enjoy it. Thank you.
Mr. David Lowe back up on stage. And he's going to take it out for us.
I think so. Nathan Tanoe! There he is. Well, we're going to be bringing out a few moments so you guys get reset for the next song. Wasn't that amazing? Jorge's arrangement, tribute to all that. I know I seem like I'm a cheerleader or something, but I'm telling you, I mean, they're gonna be right up there with everybody else in Monterey. You know, Herbie Hancock's gonna be listening to them. I'm telling you that, right? UNLV Jazz Ensemble 1. Let me introduce the saxes. Hold your applause. I'm gonna introduce everybody. Just the sax section first. Bonson Leal Barry, Austin Bailey, second tenor. Lead is Jacob Jansen, all the way from Seattle. We got Jennifer Little right here on second alto, and you've heard from Michael Spicer on tenor. Saxophone section. Thanks. Our incredible trombone section, all taught by Nathan. On bass trombone, Alan Kwan. And hold your applause to the end. And our other grad assistant, Amanda Crump, all the way from Baton Rouge. And we have Nick Vaslany on lead trombone. Yep. And over here we have the amazing Jason Vasquez, the trombone section. Now in the trumpet section, what happened? Oh yeah, I forgot. I didn't forget, but we have our Hawaiian contingent over here. We have a lot. Where is he? Chandler. Sisan. Sisan? Where did you go? Sisan. He's somewhere. Anyway, applause for Chandler too. Now, the trumpet section is very special. We have Brian Brooks right there on trumpet and bolero trumpet. Casey Bibiano over here on second trumpet. Now you heard from Jorge Machain. He has another semester, I think, and maybe more. But no, that's out of a choice because he's going to go on to do his masters, and then he's going to be one of the top arrangers anywhere, and people will be clamoring to get his arrangements, just like they are now with Julian Tanaka's arrangements. We played last week at the Las Vegas Jazz Festival. I played with Bob Mintzer, Joel Fram, and Adam Schroeder. You're going to hear from in a few minutes. And everybody's asking who wrote those arrangements. Bob Mintzer is one of the best arrangers in the world with the Yellow Jackets, and he's asking who did it. And that was Julian's arrangement, so when we did the set from Monterey. But on trumpets now, Jorge, you heard from now. This is a seat, he's actually finishing his doctorate. I think Thursday is his last lecture recital. Kevin Tague is amazing. He did his master's degree in jazz in Denver, and now he came here to do his doctorate in classical trumpet. So he's playing Gabrielli just as well as he is Quincy Jones or Jorge Machain. Kevin Tague on trumpet. Lead trumpet. So these musicians are amazingly versatile. You might see them up here, you might hear them at the Wind Orchestra, you might hear them playing the Baroque Festival, playing piccolo trumpet. You never know, but Kevin's been just a wonderful lead trumpet player. He's going to be graduating, but we have somebody coming in, we think that's also going to follow in his footsteps and do a doctorate in classical who actually used to play in the North Texas 1 O'Clock Band, so we should have a nice continuity. Now in the rhythm section, we have on piano, Bennett Mason. On guitar, Samuel Ramirez. And on drums, we have two wonderful drummers. Jeremy's a senior. He came all the way from New York to study here, and he gave a speech prior to when Hillary Clinton gave her speech for the foundation. He was chosen from the entire UNLV student body to give the speech, and he gave it right before Hillary Clinton. He's a very articulate, amazing person who also has a double degree in the Honors College. So we are going to miss him, but I think he might be around maybe, but he also has a group called The Leak. You can hear him at the SLS. They're really good. Jeremy Kaluki on the drums. And I say the drums, but almost all these students are all also composing pieces. I mean, if you pick up our CD, you'll hear the wonderful pieces that Jeremy's written, Bennett's written, a lot of our students. And then, last but not least, on bass, who's also a wonderful composer, and she's finishing now. She just got acceptance into University of Miami, which is a very difficult school to gain admittance to for a master's degree, if she chooses to go there. And she's a wonderful bassist, Summer Kodama. So at this point, we're going to reintroduce our newest faculty member. We wanted to feature him tonight. I think he's going to talk about it. It is a Bob Mintzer composition. I think it's kind of it's a play on Lester Leaps In, right? And this is called, you want to talk about it or just play? Okay, he wants me to talk. Okay, I think they've heard enough of me. But anyway, so it's called Lester Jumps Out, which is a play on Lester Leaps In, if you know Lester. Now, who's Lester? Israel. Tom Hall. Wait a minute, that's Tom Hall right there. He's another great saxophone. Right here, Tom Hall. Stand up, Tom. Come on. I'm serious. You can hear him at the E string. In the late 70s, I used to conduct for Ben Reed at the Riviera. He used to play lead alto sax. No, he's I'm telling you, world-class artist himself. So, but we were talking about, oh, Lester. So, tell him who Lester is. Lester Young. Lester Young, thank you. So while Adam gets set up, this is a song composed in that spirit by Bob Mintzer, who teaches at USC. He's the leader of the group called Yellow Jackets. And a great guy, and actually, Adam plays in his group over in LA, and they're very good friends. And he's still spinning the thing. We can start it. Okay, he's got the first solo. So anyway, this is Bob Mintzer's Lester Jumps Out, and it's going to feature our own very special new assistant professor, Adam Schroeder. On the trumpet. Buster jumps out. Thank you so much. Thanks, Adam. So glad he's a faculty member. Terrific. So we have one more piece for you. We wouldn't let you out of here with letting you hear at least one of the incredible arrangements that ended up getting us the accolade there at the Monterey Next Generation Jazz Festival as one of the 2 top groups in the country, actually in the world. The group that we tied with was from Philadelphia. I think I told that story. It's interesting, the song that we did was Amanda's favorite, called Alone, that we brought in. It reminded me of Rocky, because I was thinking of my buddies from Philadelphia. I think that, who wrote this one? It was Lou Marini, I think, who wrote it, who was Saturday Night Live back in the day. But at any rate, it sounded so much like it, but it was written about 4 years before the movie theme by Bill Conti, so I have a feeling there was a little bit of influence there from that particular piece, I think. But I could see him going up the steps there at the Philadelphia Art Museum. And then also, in the North Texas was, why would you write something and play something like that? Well, because they could, and because we can. Ice Nine, it was very fun, and we do all kinds of eclectic music in this organization. And we try to expose these wonderful students to every possible style, so they go out of here prepared for anything. And they usually go on and do wonderful things. So we're going to close out with an arrangement of a very popular song around Las Vegas. It's called Porter's Love for Sale, but it was arranged by Michael Spicer, right here. And this was our closing piece at Monterey. This is the one that really clinched it for us. And you'll hear from Michael Spicer on the tenor saxophone. You'll hear from Angelo Stokes on the drums, who is, I think you weren't out here when I introduced everybody. He's our other drummer, but he's finishing his master's degree right now. Angelo Stokes. He's very smart. He came back to finish his school. He can go on to teach in universities and, keep the legacy alive with all the up-and-coming artists. He himself has played for Stevie Wonder, right? Who else? Lou Rawls and some other ones too. Shaka? No. Anyway, he's played for a lot of people, and he came back to work on his craft and as educator and his arranging skills, which he's really developed quite a bit. You'll hear some of his charts next year. But so this is going to feature the entire ensemble, and it's called Love for Sale, arranged by Michael Spicer. Angelo Stokes from the drums, UNLV Jazz Ensemble 1. Thank you. Aren't they amazing? Nathan Tanoa, come on out. Nathan? Adam Schroeder, are you there? Come on out. Hurry. Adam Schroeder, Nathan Tanoa. Julian Tanaka, come on out. Jazz faculty, if anybody's here. You got to share in this. Julian Tanaka. One of the finest university jazz ensembles in the world. UNLV Jazz Ensemble 1. Thank you. Thank you, Kenosha, for your support. Thanks to Monterey for coming tonight. We will see you tomorrow night for Jazz Ensemble 3, Jazz Vocal Ensemble, and the Jazz Guitar Ensemble. Thank you. Good night.
All right. Now I gotta rest and go pick my. You got 2 minutes.